Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Mesified server. Working on me boogie down skills. No, I gotta stop doing that. The dancing is too goofy. I love it, but it is too goofy for these videos. Welcome back, and I want to say a massive thank you for all of the feedback on my build over here. It was really quite overwhelming actually. So much positivity from you guys. A lot of you really like what we're going for here, and I'm ever so pleased because I gotta say, there was a moment of self-doubt before I was going to pop on here and build this. I was thinking, man, maybe I should just start over. This is a little ambitious for me, but I stuck to my gut. I said, do you know what, I really like where this is going though, and I want to take it further. So I said, right, let's go ahead and build this anyway. And when I went to read my comments, I was so expecting, you know, split opinions, but in general, it was very positive from all of you. So thank you so much for letting me know what you think about this. We are of course going to be working on this in today's episode and very soon advancing the build, because this is just the first part of many parts of it. It's going to take up a lot of the space around the area here. I've got different parts of the building sort of set out in my mind. But first of all, in this episode today, we're going to go over to the shopping district and spend some of our diamonds, which are not in that chest actually. They're all the way in this one right here. So these are all the diamonds that we've got from all the branch mining or speed mining even that we've been doing. And look at that. Wow! I wasn't expecting it to be quite that many. Over 3 stacks of diamonds. That is absolutely awesome. I'm going to drop these off in here. We're going to head over to the shopping district to do some shopping here and check on the expo shop as well, because we should have some more sales, which is really good. Plus there are loads of new things popping up in the shopping district that I want to check out. And Joe has enhanced the temporary stable bridge over here. Stable bridge, unstable bridge. If you didn't see this before, the entire thing is propped up on a single torch. So as soon as you remove that, everything else will just disappear in a cascade. And I love that it's covered in ladders and torches, because they're all just going to pop off and sort of fly everywhere. So this thing is fantastic, and I really love that the support beams go up and above. I was kind of picturing doing something where the support was all underneath, but I think I might go for something a little bit different when we come to building the permanent bridge there. But I don't know, food for thought, isn't it? Anyway, it looks like some new things have actually popped up since I was last over here, which is really cool. Okay, I know there's some shops we're going to be spending our diamonds at, but it looks like we've got new things to investigate as well. There's also a little sign here saying Bridge to Purple Residential District ahead. Absolutely, we just walked across it. So let's first of all go and check out the expo. There's a Redstone Shop here as well. I like the banners there. Yeah, let's check on this and pop down below to see if we've made any more sales. I know we've made a couple, and whoa, that is a lot of sales. Okay, let's put these side by side here. Right, that sort of confused me a little bit, because they haven't been sort of put directly below where the bow was. Now, if I remember correctly, I had all but one basically to sell. So I'm going to need to make some more of these. So let's count up how many of these we've actually made in total. Just over a stack. That's absolutely fantastic. Alright, this shop is going very well. I've got my work cut out for me though. I need to get on with making some more of those, because they are very popular. So now we've got a lot of diamonds here to spend in the area. So the place that I want to go to first, I think, is the shop over here. This is made by Wells Knight. It is a Silk Touch shop. At the moment we don't have Silk Touch. That's something. Do you know what I was thinking about? You know, like working on getting a Silk Touch enchantment, but we could just come over here and buy some stuff. So there is. Oh, there's now ice as well. Okay, so we got the regular ice and packed ice. Excellent. I'll tell you what. I'm going to take what was it? Half a stack for one. Okay, I'm going to take a full stack. So 2 diamonds there. In fact, we'll space him out just so he knows what he's sold. 1 stack for 1 diamond. I will take the 1 stack for now and put that there. What else have we got? Stone, I'm not really going to need, am I? We got snow. I tell you what, once you got 2 of those and a pumpkin, you can make your own farm, so I won't bother with that. But the grass, I'm going to take 3 stacks of grass here, because I definitely want these. There we go. Yeah, I haven't got Silk Touch on a shovel yet. I have got some dirt, but what's really annoying is spreading grass around when you want to use it. You know, trying to grow it across with some dirt. So having some stacks of grass to plop down is going to be real good. So, oh my God, that reminds me, CubFan has an amazing horse shop over there. Must not forget about this. This is a redstone shop right here. Do you know what? I've got all the redstone that I need at the moment. Got like a load of it. So let's see. It's Python's redstone store. And redstone dust. 1 stack for 1 diamond. Oh, I don't think you're going to get a lot of customers with that kind of price. As I said, I've got like tons of the stuff now just lying around. Over here we've got iBooks. This is the place that I wanted to come and spend my money. This is Impulse's shop right here. Now he's working with the villagers, which is one of the plans that I had, and he's selling books from them. So at the moment it looks like mending is the thing. There's nothing else around here. Mending books cost 5 diamonds each. Look at that. There are absolutely loads of... Look at this guy, man. He's raking in the diamonds right here. I want, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want a lot. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these books. And let's take another 2 for good measure. That is 60 diamonds in total. And I want to divide them all up by 5. There you go. I am very serious about this. I want mending on absolutely everything that we have, and Impulse, you're going to be rolling around with diamonds with this shop. But as I said, I had the same plan to do trading with villagers, and I spoke to Impulse about it, and I said, do you know what, I'm not in a rush to mess around with our villagers and get all of that stuff going. I'll do it a bit by bit, and I wanted to make it a community resource as well. So I said, why don't you sell your books now in the beginning? I'm going to be a happy customer coming over here and getting plenty of mending books, and then in the future I'll have my trading system set up as a public resource, and then we'll eventually end up using that. And seemed like a good idea. Impulse is on board with it, so we are going to do some villager trading stuff, just not straight away, since Impulse has provided us with the best bits from it. Anyway, we sort of checked this all out, I think. Oh, we passed over Force's dye shop, but I don't need any dyes at the moment. And Hermit Horses is now open for business. Now, this build right here looks absolutely fantastic. As we get closer to it, you can see the name of it pops up there. That's all the banners coming into loading distance. And I think we might have an escaped horsey over here. Have you escaped? Can you also be nudged? No, you can't be nudged up a full block. That's right. Maybe I'll try and sort that out in a second. I'm gonna have a look at this here first of all. Looks absolutely lovely. The path grass block at the ground here, just looking awesome. And yeah, it says welcome to Hermit Horses. So we can buy a horse, and which one I want to buy, I don't know, but I would like to start off with one I could put a chest on, that's for sure. So we can move our items around and stuff. So where is a sign with the price? Do we have one around here? Is the information? Okay. 1 horse, 2 diamond, and a free lead. That is an absolute bargain price right there. 2 diamonds for a horse. I will take one of these. And these stables look lovely, didn't they? So it looks like actually this might be the last mule, or is it a donkey? I think it's a mule, and we can put a chest on that guy. Wish I'd have brought a chest with me now. I could actually make one, couldn't I? Let's try and find a crafting bench. You know what? This guy probably needs to be tamed first, doesn't he? Oh no, he doesn't. Excellent. But I'm gonna have to put a saddle on him. And yeah, he's not tamed, is he? So I'm gonna have to feed him some food, tame him, put a saddle on him, bring him back to the base. Oh, maybe it's this one over here. I'll tell you what, that's such a bargain. I'm gonna put in a couple of extra diamonds there because that's a really good price. All right, let's take the lead as well. Let's take this guy back to our base. Ah, right. The same thing is happening to me that happened to Cleo. You can't move them up a single block. You have to ride them up a single block. So this guy's going to be stuck in this area, and Cleo forked out 3 diamonds for a saddle from Jevin. If you haven't seen, we have like a ridiculous amount of saddles. They should literally be free. But I'm going to take the journey back. I'm not going to spend any more diamonds today. We've forked out a little bit here for some certain things, like the mending books, which are going to be extremely valuable. Anyway, we'll leave you there temporarily. Let's grab my lead, and we'll go get you a saddle. Easy, guy. Easy. Stay away. See you later. Oh, I found this little horsey down the side over here, and I was able to put a saddle on it. So I think CubFan has actually gone and tamed all of these horses, which is really great. So I put a saddle on this one. Bam, in we go. You don't actually take damage. It makes the noise, though. And now what we're going to do is put saddles on each of these. I brought all of my ones over because they appear to all be tamed, as this guy is right here. So these saddles are better off in CubFan's hands than mine. I mean, they're just sitting in a chest. So we're going to put a saddle on each of these. I already put one on my mule over here, this chappie as well, and then I put a whole bunch of saddles into this chest right here. I'll have to let CubFan know. He can have the rest of these as well. As I said, they're better in his hands than mine. Anyway, we now have ourselves a mule, which is fantastic. It's got extra inventory space right here, which is something I'm definitely going to take advantage of. I tell you what, he's not the fastest chappie, is he? He doesn't move very fast, but it is definitely going to be great for that extra inventory space. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the nether portal because these aren't really made for horses. They need to be 3 wide or bigger. Otherwise, when you go through, this guy is going to come out the other side, like halfway in the obsidian, which is no good at all. So it's a good thing Joe made that bridge for us so we can get back to our base nice and easy. So now that we got our mending books, I was thinking, right, we're going to run over here, put it on all of our diamond gear, and it's going to be the best set of armor ever, because it's self-repairing, so overpowered. But actually, I had a little think about it, and I think we could do a lot better job than what we had for the wither fight. So this right here is going to get mending on it. We've got blast protection and thorns, which is obviously great. But what I want to do is get each type of protection on each piece of armor, because I think in 1.9 that has been enhanced a little bit, but we felt it with our helmet here. We've got fire protection 4, and where we've been in the nether and a blaze has set us on fire, or we've, bumped into a little bit of lava, which is stuff we've been doing on the live streams, we have not taken nowhere near as much fire damage as you would expect, and it's all thanks to this enchantment. So I think what I want to do is get fire protection, get blast protection, which we've already sorted out, and projectile protection as well. Now for our boots, we've got the regular protection, we've got feather falling. I'm going to combine it with this so we get depth strider on there as well. And then we've got our ultimate set of boots, we've got our ultimate chest plate, and we're going to rename these as well because we'll never have to repair them with diamond gear. We can just use XP. But then when it comes to the helmet, I think it'd be a good idea to get respiration free and aqua infinity on this. And also, as I said, projectile protection. And then maybe on the leggings, we get fire protection. The unfortunate thing is, you can't just add a book to override the regular protection. And with fire protection, it works the other way around. So I'm going to have to get a new set of diamond leggings and a helmet as well, which is no problem at all. So it looks like I've got to go over to Tango's XP farm and work on that. We're also going to get a sharpness 5 sword. We'll of course get looting on that and knockback and fire aspect as well. We're basically now going to make the best set of gear so early on in the season. I mean, 1.9 is just overpowered. Look at that right there. So I do hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I wanted to put that in my last episode, if you remember. We recorded one, the footage corrupted, and I couldn't do one, which was unfortunate. But before I started recording the beginning of this episode, I did a little bit of speed mining, made a time lapse for you, so I do hope you enjoyed it. I had a good time editing that. You may have noticed some backwards footage in there. I really liked how that looked. But anyway, let's talk about the enchanting. This is going to be a little tougher than I thought because I've got these ones right here, and this is not actually what I want. There's some good enchantments on that, but it's got blast protection, which we've already got covered by our chest plate, and this one has protection. So if you get protection or the wrong type on the armor that you want, then you're not going to be able to change it. So I don't want fire protection on my leggings. I was going to put that on my helmet because I have some really good books. So I may just end up skipping on the enchantment on this and getting it all from books. So you can see here respiration and aqua affinity and our fire protection, but also 2 thorns, 2 books. And it turns out you can actually put thorns on all the different types of armor. So our entire set, I reckon, should have thorns on each and every one of them, which may take us a little bit longer to get. But for now, I can actually get the diamond helmet like fully done by combining the books together. So I'm going to be hanging out here. I'm going to be doing some enchanting. But while I've been, situated over here, killing these mobs manually, I had a really, really clever idea, which may just work, and we are going to have to modify Tango's farm and find out if it does. Now, when I say modify, I'm going to be extremely cautious as to not mess anything up. I haven't had a look around the back here yet, but basically if there is a little bit of space either side of where the mobs fall down, and I can't actually see like where that is at all, so it might take me a while to figure that out, but if there is enough space and we add a crushing system to this, it can actually be quite brilliant, because you can attack all the mobs at once. So I was thinking, I'm using my sword up a lot over here, and if I just hit them the once, I've hit a lot of mobs with this single attack. Now when they die, in theory, they should all drop XP because I've attacked them, right? So if we had a crusher on the side of those blocks to extend out, to crush the guys here and to stop the other ones from falling into that space up top, then when they're done crushing, all of these guys should die and all of them should drop XP. So that should mean in theory I could AFK here for longer, come over with my sword, hit them the once, crush them, and then get an absolute ton of XP all at once, which would save on the amount of usage this sword is getting in this farm, which is quite a lot. And I think it might just work. So that's something else I'm going to try while I'm over here. I'm going to do a little bit enchanting for now. Then I'm going to grab some sticky pistons and redstone and see if we can make that happen. And of course, I'm going to take extra special care. This is not my farm. I just want to try it out and see if it works. Well, I'm very glad I decided to come to a test world. Let's spawn in some zombies. There they go. And then we give them a whack with our sword. That is making a racket. Bam, they all take damage. Now we crush them, and we're not going to get any XP. I've got to stand back. That is really loud. Yes, no XP drops whatsoever. Look at that, nothing at all. Oh no, and a horde of little guys. You guys shouldn't have spawned. I used the command block. What's going on? Oh, so yeah, that idea is a no-go. Oh, they're so cute. And dead. I said this would happen. We now got zombies up on the roof, and we're going to be working on this in just a moment. I'm done with my enchanting for today. Wanted to show you what we resulted with. We've got this Asuma's crown right here. We've got Asuma's Aegis, I do believe it's pronounced. And I was looking up mythological names for things online, and I saw this listed as a chest plate and a sword as well. So I don't know which one it's supposed to be, but my sword is called Asuma's Champion. You can see amazing enchantments over there. And I've also got this axe as well, which I kind of regret because I put efficiency 5 on it, and I think I actually should have gone for smite 5, because then I can, you know, have it on me at all times, and if we're fighting undead mobs, we can use our axe instead. So I might redo this at some point, you know, start again, put all the other enchantments on it, and it will have smite instead of sharpness, yeah. And I think that's it. That's pretty much everything that I've done. So still more to do, but that's all I'm doing for today. It's time to move on to a little bit of building. Alright, I haven't done too much as of yet. I have been working on the path that leads into this entrance, and I'm going to spruce it all up in a moment with some bone meal for grass and long grass as well. But I've got to say this, I tweeted this out to Jeb because I think it would be absolutely amazing. You can see a little bit of a lighting glitch down here. It's not very light in this area, and I put glowstone under the path blocks. Now, if you've worked with farmland before, which is what happens when you hoe the soil to put down crops and stuff on it, that's a transparent block. That will allow light to go through. Unfortunately, it's not the same with a path block, which isn't a full block. So, you know, there was a chance that might happen, and unfortunately it didn't. And blasphemy, we're going to break the glowstone without silk touch. I actually need to go and gather some more of that because we're going to use a fair bit of it in this build. And don't tell anyone, we're filling it up with cobblestone. But that would be absolutely amazing, because then you could have these paths just going everywhere, and they'd be like self-illuminated with light coming up from underneath, instead of having all of these torches lying around, which I've got to try and subtly hide behind the grass and such. But anyway, I'll be working on that. And I think I'm going to go with this for now. The alternative was to place down a lot of gravel, andesite and stone, sort of in rotation, maybe some cobblestone as well, get that nice varied stone floor feel. But it was very flat and not terribly exciting, so I think we'll go with this. I'm not a fan of the glowstone peeking out as well, so what I think I might do is put glass there or something different and have the glowstone one block down, which means this will be slightly less illuminated as well. I've also put some pine up here, which I think looks real good. I love the colour. I think that actually fits in pretty well. But I'm now going to finish that little bit of the roof off and also put some glowstone behind it as well, because I think it's going to look a lot brighter when illuminated. So let's make those changes and have a peek. I totally forgot to put down some armour stands. We're going to put some leather armour on these chaps, and we can get that from Tango's mob farm, which we were using earlier. I think I was actually throwing away leather armour at the time, which is silly. He wasn't thinking ahead. And then they're going to like overlook the entrance here, which I think is going to look real cool. So as well as like forgetting to add those, I forgot to add some banners which we were going to put at the front. But all I had was a plain purple banner to begin with. So at some point we'll find something fancy to put there. Maybe some sort of Asuma themed banner to signify it's my base. And oh man, just look up there. Looks terrific, doesn't it? I didn't have any glowstone to put directly behind the leaves. I put some torches around there, but man, it really lights up the roof. And with yellow at the top and bottom, it just sort of feels quite big. Or yellowish. It's slightly yellow, isn't it? And yeah, over here I was thinking about maybe having some sort of 3x3 door. Not sure how that's going to work out. Or just some form of piston door. So when you come in through here, there'll be some pressure plates and that'll open it up. Which will be a nice little challenge. We've got to mix in some redstone with our building here. And if we pop round to this side, I'm going to show you what I'm struggling with right now. Which is this wall right here. I like the design so far, and I tell you what I need. I need some sort of like viewing platform. I'm too used to being able to fly around in creative on a different world, and look at this build from all sorts of different angles. Yeah, so it kind of looks alright so far, right? And didn't I like place a torch there? I placed a torch here. And then for this bit at the bottom, I didn't want to throw in more purple and blue, or more like magenta and purple in a way. So I decided to just throw in some random stone blocks, since that's sort of our other thing that we're working with here. Let's pop that down there so we can place that here. And it doesn't look so great, I'll be honest with you. So let's just put in a few more bits and bobs here. And basically you just want to shuffle through a few different textures so you don't get something too plain. As I say that, maybe having something plain would look good on this side. Yeah, and I'm not sure about that. I don't think that works too well, but we can make some improvements up the top here. And actually, the top area is going to be pretty cool looking as we improve upon it. Let's grab these materials. Let's pop up top. We're going to, first of all, let's place a temporary block just in front of us. I keep placing torches everywhere because they're on my offhand. Right, now we can jump over to here. We're going to put in some windows first of all, and that's going to make a real big difference, believe it or not. Having the open area here does make it look kind of unfinished, so that's that one over on that side, and then behind it we're going to have some slabs marking out like a floor for a room. So in those go, excellent, and then the slabs are going to go around at this height right here. Now you'll be able to see these slabs from out there. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but not these ones because the window there is slightly smaller, and then these slabs will also come around this way as well. I'll clean that up at some point. So let's pop back down and have a look at how it looks with the windows in. Yeah, you see, all of a sudden you get this more complete feel about it. And it's interesting how just an open space like that can sort of ruin the look. But still the bit at the bottom, not sure about it. We'll try other things. But what I want to show you up the top here next is that there's a lot of potential to build a room up here. So let's pop back up. Alright, the sun is setting down, and this is good because I want to show you what this place looks like at night. Do you know what? When you build, keep checking out what things look like at night as well as in the day. You know, don't just plaster light onto everything. But it's kind of what we're about to do now. We're going to put some light in this attic, and what I've done up here is just tidied up some of the cobblestone, added a bit of spruce, you know, just made things look good on the inside as well. And there is a serious attic vibe going on right now, and the way these slabs turned out is really good. Now when you throw in some light into this area, and I'm trying to select the torches on my hotbar, still getting used to all of this dual wielding stuff, you can see it from the outside. The fact that there's a light up here looks really good, and also we don't need these blocks, so it feels like there's potential here to build a room for something. Just what that room would be for at the moment, I don't know. And maybe you could also put some slabs there to cover up the achacha or acacia wood. Yeah, that's looking real good and tidy in here now, isn't it? And the roof, do you know, you could probably do a little bit more with this, like add some support beams out like that. And I was about to say, but you don't really need to. I think I actually really like that, and I think it would probably look better if it were one lower so it comes out further, and then there's a little bit of a gap. Oh man, that actually looks really good. That could go all the way across as well. And then you could perhaps put some buttons on the side of those. I have some, let's see what it looks like. This was not part of the plan. That's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to like remove this and stick to what definitely worked. That looks really good. But yeah, eventually we'll find a use for this. If you've got any suggestions, of course, leave it down in the comments. And when we find a use for it, we'll turn it into a proper room. Anyway, what I really want to show you is just over here, because when there's a light source up there, it looks real good, doesn't it? It kind of just illuminates that whole area. And actually, being able to see those support beams in the roof, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's have a look from the front as well. Oh, and this reminds me of something. Yes, lights near the window definitely help. They just bring a little bit more light to the front, as you'd imagine. So over here we've got a sign, industrial farm is broken, capish, from the log father. Aha, yes, me and Rendog are the log fellas, and he is the log father, a reference to a couple of movies there. And I made a really big mistake, so I'm going to go over there and fix the log farm. I'll show you exactly what I did wrong and how to fix it. But before we leave, I do want to get this pathway leading up to our build nice and finished. So we're going to, as I said earlier, put down some grass and stuff and make it look lovely. We're going to look at that when we get back, because I've already headed over here without recording. And this is fixed over here. I made a big mistake. We didn't have these hoppers here. The dirt went all the way down to the ground, and of course that means that there's water here. And when there's blocks in these bits next to the saplings, they have a hard time growing. So watch out for that. If ever you're putting down a sapling and you can't seem to bone mill it, it might be a bit of grass or a flower or a torch nearby. But anyway, that means we had to change the design a little bit, and technically it means that a sapling can fall onto the edge here. Oh no, look! Aha, the minecarts are going to pick them up from there. Well, that's fantastic. Oh, there you go. Technically that can happen. And what I used to do when I had this design before was just, stand on here and nothing would get collected on this bit anyway. That's the bit where you manually collect it. So it's still technically better than the old design. But there you go. Now, the reason that we got the trapdoors is to contain the minecarts inside of the dirt. So now we've got more hoppers on either side, and they all lead over to this thing, which was broken, by the way. We had a hopper pointing in from one side and one from the other, which means when you had items coming through from both sides, it could lock this thing up. If two items get in there at once, it's bad news. So I've fixed that. There's now a hopper underneath this one that points into that, and then the hoppers come from there, and they come from there. And I've saved it for you guys. I've saved it for you just so you can see it being put together. This is how we do it. I've dropped in all the minecarts. The trapdoors hold them in place. Do you know what? It might be possible to take the trapdoors off after, but I don't want to risk it. So now all we've got to do is just remove this. I mean, it's ready to go. Look at that. I'm going to tidy up all of this cobble, and we're going to head back over to the base. What is that noise? Would you guys keep it down? I'm trying to record a video here. By the way, I saw some zombies hanging around under here, so they are still attracted to that. But what I noticed is that when I came over to look at them, they turned and faced me, which is something they didn't used to do. They used to ignore the player, so that's why we've not really seen any zombies crowding around here. And this will get sorted out soon. I know it's horrible. I think it was a really bad idea to do that. I could have put the portal under the ground or something, so kind of silly. Although I did want to build a trap out of it, but that trap won't work. Anyway, I need suggestions from all of you for this path right here. Any ideas you've got to make it look a little bit nicer would be welcome. I feel like we need to do something with this transition between clay and grass. There needs to be like another block that helps mix the two together. And then same on the opposite side over here. I'm also thinking about throwing down some acacia logs, sort of popping off the edges here. So it looks like maybe the grass is sort of held off on the side here. Do I have any trapdoors? Yeah, like logs with trapdoors with pressure plates on top. Now, I made these pressure plates after I had the brilliant idea to put them on top of glowstone for lighting. That doesn't work, but thank goodness trapdoors can now be placed anywhere, because I couldn't think of too many other things to hide the glowstone that well. So in here, we've got no torches, we've got glowstone on the ground, and we've got some grass around the outside. But I feel like we just need a couple more things in there. Probably a flower or two, something that isn't too bold with its colour. And there you go, so we sort of like refined this on a whole bunch of bits and bobs, visited the shopping area today, and I did have more planned, but I think time has stretched on a fair bit. We can also take this down as well. Now that has been fixed, hopefully Rendog has no more problems with it. And that is going to be it for me this episode. I also need to get some leather armor and put it on these armor stands. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like on the video. Thank you so much for the support on these Hermitcraft videos. You're all enjoying it so much, and so am I. I'm having a great time here on the Mesified Season 4. But yes, that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.